Good morning and welcome to another bonus Patreon episode of the Super Carlin Gaming exhibition match.
Wow, this is why I do these.
Exhibition.
You know, I went and got some applesauce before we did this, and I'm all jacked up.
Oh man. Oh, thank you guys so much for your continued support on Patreon, and I hope you're enjoying a nice bowl of cereal, maybe some Fruity Pebbles or some applesauce.
Oh my gosh, Allie bought Fruity Pebbles when she went to the store. Yes, she was like,
I cannot believe they still make Fruity Pebbles.
She was like, if we are gonna be locked inside for the hurricane, we're gonna have some Fruity Pebbles and a gallon of milk.
That's amazing.
She got the big box too.
Someone told me when to stop.
Stop.
Oops! Hey, okay, so all we know is that you cannot have a gigantic ball.
Yeah.
We do. Yep. That is the one thing.
Can we have the large ball?
Well, I don't know. We're just gonna go.
Let's just create match.
Just create match. We'll add all of the crazy settings on the second match. That seems to be our pattern of behavior.
Join blue?
The time of yore.
All right. Now don't forget the ball goes up.
That's right. Everyone go for the goal right now.
So Ben, that was a lovely pronunciation of exhibition.
Exhibition. Were
there any words when you guys were kids that you mispronounced, or at this point still mispronounced?
Oh, come on!
I was totally a supposedly person for a beat.
Ooh, I thought it was chases instead of chassis.
Oh yeah, totally. That's fair though.
I would have said colonel.
Sure.
Instead of colonel.
Yeah, but that's
that
like...
one to this day I argue. I feel like I'm not wrong.
Whoop, nope. Oh my goodness. Oh, no.
Come on. Florg.
Florp? What did you say the last time?
Florp. Oh man.
Oh gosh.
What is y'all's PG exclamatories?
Schtankies?
Oh, those of you at home and in the room.
I say crud muffins a lot.
Crud muffins is a good one.
I usually say shoes on a something.
Shoes on a something. That's an easy dunk. Dunk is just DK with a un in it.
It is. Good point. So if your middle name was Undulate.
It is actually, yeah.
Derek
Undulate Knobbenbauer.
I would call you Dunk for the rest of your life.
That'd be pretty great.
My friends call me Dunk. Why? Because my middle name's Undulate.
My middle name's Undulate.
I'm going to need you to keep going with that explanation.
I feel like I need more information.
Oh, my first name's Derek, so. And?
Oh, goodness.
What are we talking about today, Derek Jordan?
I mean, I didn't...
Do we have, funny questions?
I can pull up some funny questions. Actually,
Aren't Space Stones supposed to be prepared?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought...
So. Yeah. Be prepared.
They want
I feel like Jordan would have been a really interesting Boy Scout. She would have spent so much time planning the camping trip that she didn't do any of the merit badges.
Oh, man. Were you in Girl Scouts, Jordan?
I was for the shortest of times.
So no.
Well, I wanted to be in Girl Scouts, and just as I joined, that's when everybody else was like, you know what, Girl Scouts isn't cool anymore, and so our troop disbanded.
The whole troop disbanded?
Yup.
Jeez,
wow.
That's
so they really decided that.
Yep.
Yeah,
normally there's a few kids who are who decide that, and they're pretty, I think normally incorrect about that. Or at least in my experience, it seems like most of the people who are stuck with whatever scout troop thing they were through high school always really enjoyed the whole experience.
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, you get so many good skills out of it. I really do think it develops you as a human being. You get some good quality problem-solving moments.
Yeah, I did Boy Scouts.
Oh, come on.
Eric, you do Boy Scouts?
Yeah, he's an Eagle Scout. We've talked about it.
Scout. Okay. Were you in the Order of the Arrow?
Yeah.
What is the Order of the Arrow?
It's kind of a big deal.
Through some fire, and that's about it.
What? No, wait. How did you earn it? Did you have to do an ordeal?
I don't know what you're asking, so I'm going to say no.
Oh, it must
Jay
have been
had to
different.
do the ordeal.
Okay, so here,
when
you got tapped out for the order, basically there were certain certified Boy Scout events around here, and that during which they would accept votes from you had to like be nominated by the rest of your troop to like earn the Order of the Arrow. Like it was just like this white sash with an arrow on it. And then like that whatever the campfire like finale thing, they would like come and call out the people who had gotten like enough votes or whatever, and they would tap you out, which is to say just like hit you hard on the chest.
Which was right around when we had our chest surgery, because I feel like Mom was very worried.
Very worried that they were gonna hit me too hard.
Yes.
Anyway, it's not really that big a deal, other than
Other than you had to borrow
other than you had to do it. But what that means is that you are then required to go. Here it was to a place called Camp Powhatan, predictably. And you had to complete an ordeal, which involved a 24-hour vow of silence.
Oh! Okay, yeah, so, I don't remember calling it an ordeal in any way. It was just like a survival thing where you had to go out for, I think it was more than 24 hours, it was like 2 or 3 days. And just be out in the woods by your lonesome.
By yourself for 2 days.
Yeah.
So you did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We never called it an ordeal. I don't know if that is...
the
way that you'd worded it made it sound super official to me, and it's possible that it was. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I think that.
No way!
That's got to be the official term because like Camp Powhatan's like a straight up Boy Scout camp.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, it could be. I just don't remember calling it that.
So ours, I think it was a 24-hour like vow of silence or whatever where you couldn't talk. But then and so that night, the first night, they would like march all of you out into the woods, and like every 10 yards or so, like you had like a tarp and a sleeping bag, and they just like push you off in the woods and go like, see you in the morning.
Huh.
And then, so the being silent thing isn't hard when you're by yourself, but then you would have to go basically like prepare the camp, I guess, for like the rest of the campers for the rest of the summer, which would involve setting up like 1,000 tents or digging. They just made you do like really labor-intensive chores on very little food, and there were often things you needed to like work together as a group to complete, but you couldn't talk, which made a lot of it hard.
Yeah.
Especially because it's like set up this tent, and like every tent I've ever set up is different, and
I feel like tents these days, whatever.
Yeah.
Are just way easier.
so
way
easy. These were like
yeah.
these were like army tents that required certain knots and ropes and whatever. Well,
When
it was
was-
complicated.
When was the Boy Scouts founded?
Oh,
No,
Ish.
probably a long time ago.
I've been.
They're not accepting girls in the Boy Scouts.
Wasn't it like in the 1940s ish?
Is it?
Isn't there some type of World War II reference to the Boy Scouts?
Shoot.
There could be. I specifically asked because the whole thing that Jay just described sounded very similar to something that happens at University of Miami for their they have Iron Arrow, which is like a honor society thing, and like the hitting with the arrow in the chest and stuff is the first
hit
step.
people with an arrow?
They stab you?
It's
I'm sorry.
Endure your flesh
That's
wounds!
called assault.
This was like just being like, hit with like an open palm on the chest.
no, they're like
No, they
holding
stab
an
people
arrow.
in Miami.
They're holding an arrow side to side, and then they like hit you in the chest, and that's
Oh, they hit you in the-
indicating that
okay.
you've
No,
been
why
tapped.
would I do this?
Tapped.
Oh, so you get tapped out. This sounds very Boy Scouty. Yeah.
Yes, but so I was wondering which
We're not
came
playing this
first,
again.
and if anyone was
Leave that.
inspired by anyone else.
Almost certainly the Boy Scouts came first.
Well, I mean, this was founded in 1926.
Oh.
Jordan is like so defensive of all things Miami, she cannot possibly conceive that they just are borrowing from something else.
I am positive that they are borrowing from something else. They were borrowing from Indian culture, so it is possible that both were borrowing from Indian culture.
That is almost certainly
Well, the
true.
Boy Scouts, that's just obvious. 1910, by the way, so booyah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Then it would not shock me at all if we were stealing from the Boy Scouts. All right.
What are we
Did
playing?
we
What'd
set,
you
Did we
change?
set some mutators? I
We
completely missed that.
did.
Uh-oh,
I also missed
Ben
it.
was just
I
like,
was too busy looking up when the Boy Scouts were founded.
So here's a fun discussion question. What is
Hockey.
something that is really popular now, but in 5 years everyone will look back on and be embarrassed by?
Fortnite.
Fades.
Oh,
Fades?
fades.
Like
Like the
hair?
hairstyle?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, like the Macklemore hair.
Yep.
Yeah, that is going to be so embarrassing.
Or
You know what?
undercuts?
All right, so I have like sort of a feeling about this though, because Allie is like very obsessed with like all things vintage and sort of old school, and she like is so much more inclined to like a style from like a long time ago than she is ours, out of fear that the period of time from ours is going to then be embarrassing later in the future. But my counter to it is that like she looks like her grandmother's wedding photos, and she's like, oh my gosh, like this was so in style then, and she like admires it, and I'm like, you understand that our styles will be admired someday as well. It's like, even though it can be embarrassing and different and, you know, whatever, it's like, There's
always going to be a new classic, right? Like,
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think, yeah, for like I don't know. I think hairstyles in particular are like they don't like come as back around again as much as like other things.
So would you be less inclined to be trendy in fear of all of a sudden being that embarrassing in the future?
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't like the really hard fade haircuts that much. I like some people look good with them, but I've seen a lot. I think more often than not they don't look good. So I just don't like the way they look. So I wouldn't want to put it on my own body.
I mean, and that's more of like a preference thing than it is a fear of being later embarrassed.
Yeah. I think there's a lot. I don't know.
I feel like there have been a lot of questionable facial hair choices in the last couple of decades, like the super thin line goatee stuff.
Or like the really thick beard. The really messy thick beard is in fashion right now.
Or the man bun.
Oh, the man bun.
Yeah. The man bun is essentially just the mullet of the 20s.
Oh, no.
Was the mullet ever actually in style?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah,
I saw someone with
but
a mullet the other day.
there's still plenty of people that were sort of against it in the same way that people are like, ugh, man bun.
Oh, sure.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. Mullet.
Same thing.
Yeah. I feel like I prefer the man bun to the mullet.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
The mullet just seems dirty.
Yeah, just like, I have never seen a mullet that looked freshly washed.
That looks freshly.
You know, one thing that does get me though is guys who have super long hair, I feel like very, very frequently like identify by this characteristic of themselves so freaking hard that they refuse to cut it because like everybody comments on it. But I almost feel like people comment on it in the same way if you were wearing like bright, sparkly pink shoes. Everybody would know that you wore bright, sparkly pink shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you don't want to change it because everybody talks to you about it and it's like a characteristic of you. But then it's like, I feel like most people get that long haircut and then it's like, dude, you look great all of a sudden.
Thor looked really good with a haircut.
Thor looked way better with a haircut. Way better.
Also, unpopular opinion, I think Cap looked better with the beard.
Oh,
I don't think that's an unpopular opinion.
I think it's I don't agree with you. But.
Like that! No!
Oh, no.
Unflap it!
In fact, Cap with a beard might be the most attractive picture.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like we're really starting to like circle a drain here.
Yeah,
Jordan is just gushing over there.
Oh, hush.
Oh, hush.
That beard.
I don't know. I think Thor Ragnarok, right when he's going into battle against the Hulk, is about as dreamiest I get.
Not that good looking.
Needed saving.
Oh god, not that good looking. Oh man, I do love Infinity War.
I didn't realize how quotable it was until we just started quoting it
Yeah, right.
all the
Yeah,
time.
it's very good.
Well, we've been watching it kind of nonstop.
Yeah, we've been watching it a lot, so.
Yeah.
Man, I wish it was better with this game.
Here's another fun question. If animals could talk, which would be the nicest and which would be the rudest?
Cats would be the rudest.
The cats would be the rudest. That's for sure. And
Who'd be
then
the
probably
nicest?
dogs would be.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Ben, what do you think Indy would say if she could talk?
She'd probably say, "Where's my crack ball? I need my crack ball. Where's the crack ball? I put the crack ball on the floor in front of you, and you haven't thrown it yet."
What is the crack ball?
So the crack ball is this like dollar store orange squeaky ball, and it is the only toy that she hasn't just like obliterated, and she loves it. Like whenever it's out, her eyes are just massive. Like her pupils are just like, where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? And like, if you put it away, she'll just like fall asleep on the couch, no big deal. But if it's out, she will spend the entire night bringing it back to you.
That is adorable.
So I got her another ball that didn't squeak, that was exactly the same otherwise though, and she destroyed it immediately.
Wow.
So it's like she's had this one for months. She loves it and protects it. So everything she would say would be in regards to the crack ball, where it is, and she even knows that it's the crack ball. Like I can say,
Nicely did.
thank you.
That's a great save.
I can be like, Indy, where's the crack ball? And she will like literally drop a toy she's holding and go come back to the crack ball.
Wow.
I know, it's great. It's kind of annoying, but that's okay. So that's what I think Indy would say to me if she had words. Am I the only one out of the three of us that? Oh wait, no, Jordan has cats. What do you think they would say, Jordan?
Probably something rude.
Yeah, Chicago, who is my floofy attention whore, she would. Do we need to bleep that out? Sorry. She would be like, "Why are you not petting me?" And Jack would just wander into the room and tell me, "You know what? I'm just here by coincidence. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're in here.
Human, where's
But also
my
pay
food?
attention to me." Yeah.
Guys, we didn't do
We
so
did not
good.
do so good
Yeah,
on today's
super
Saturday
great.
episode,
Wasn't super great.
but we did talk about the Boy Scouts.
We did. We did.
And yeah.
Jordan was wrong about dates.
I'm just wrong about everything always.
All the time.
It doesn't help if you end up being self-deprecating. You're not letting us win by making fun of you.
Oh.
This
I
is-
mean, no, I'm not.
This is a prime example of how bullying works, people. See, it's no fun if she just leans into it. It's
Right.
fun if she retaliates. Therefore, just lean into it. You're fine. It'll be fine. It takes
There
the
you
fun
go.
away from us and makes us less likely to make fun of Jordan.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for your continued support on Patreon. We hope you had a good bowl of Fruity Pebbles today, and we will see you next Saturday.
Bye!
Ah!